Today's scripture is Psalm 96, verses 9 through 12. The verse is traditionally attributed to David, the king and prophet of Israel. Psalm 96, verses 9 through 12. Worship the Lord in holy splendor. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord is king. The world is firmly established. It shall never be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity. Let the heavens be glad and let the earth rejoice. Let the sea roar and all that fills it. Let the field exult and everything in it. Then shall all the trees of the forest sing for joy.
So I was the one who pushed for Earth Matters, because green faith is nice, but I'm such a cynic. We don't even know how to be green, really, because in our culture, Earth doesn't matter. So we need to be countercultural about our ecological orientation, just like we're countercultural about our inclusion and our love for all human people. So let's see if we can learn how to make Earth matter together. I'm not an ecological activist. I'm a climate chaplain. I am not the only climate chaplain. There's a whole program at the BTS Center in Maine. I work at the Deep Adaptation Forum. I hold space, mostly online, and I really have a frog in my throat too, Sarah, but it's sort of working. I hold space for ecological activists and nature lovers to grieve the state of the planet. There's plenty to grieve, as you probably know. Recent news is not any better than previous news. Atmospheric CO2 rose faster in 2024 than ever before. It's at its highest value in 3 million years. 6 of 9 planetary boundaries have been exceeded. If you've been watching the news, well, before Trump took over the news feed, ever greater climate-related disasters are making more and more people homeless, more and more homes uninsurable. Okay, that's enough doom for one sermon. Moving on. The people I serve are on the front line. They have every reason to despair. Together, though, we find a way forward by challenging ourselves to, this is our mission statement here, embody and enable loving responses to our predicament. So a predicament is not a problem. Problems have solutions. Predicaments can only be responded to. And the predicament is the intersection of all the different ecological and social factors that are making life on this planet harder and harder for people of the human variety and people of the non-human variety. So what do? It's an individual path. It's a path for each church who wants to take it up. We know that we can't save the planet. We don't have that power, but we can love her dearly. These folks have taught me how to love the earth. They have given their entire lives to it, and it shows. And that love has changed me. So here I am. Okay, we at IUCC have a great theology for people, how to relate to people. Micah 6:8. What does it say on the entryway? Read me the exact words. I don't remember the translation. Seek justice, love kindness, walk humbly with your God. The short version is follow Jesus, right? Yeah, that works. And what that means is that we do hard things. We stand up to human structures that treat some people as worthy and others as less than human. And many of you are really living that theology. You are standing up for our siblings in Gaza, for our neighbors in detention, for queer people under siege. And that can be hard and heartbreaking work. And yet you know that even if you can't save the people you love, you can proclaim that they matter. Don't forget them. They matter. And that makes a difference. Well, Earth matters too. So what's our theology for how to relate to the earth, to the non-human world? We need a theology. Our classic answer has been, be good stewards. It's biblical. God has entrusted us to care for the earth as good stewards. A steward, we don't really have those so much anymore, is a person who manages a large household. Stewardship theology teaches that the whole earth is one household and humans are one family. Good stuff. Unfortunately, our culture is stewarding the earth badly, treating it more like a big box store and a garbage dump than a living metabolism essential for our survival. The word household in Greek is oikos. Oikos can refer to the things, the house and the barn and the fields, or it can refer to people, the extended family, the hired help. Oikos made its way into English as eco, as in economy, which counts things in the household, counts things, got that? Or ecology, which seeks to understand how living beings function interconnected as a living entity, a household. Economy, ecology. Guess which one won in our culture? Not hard, eh? But it gets worse. See, modern economics calls everything on the earth not already owned by people an externality. Not counted, doesn't matter, free to use up and throw away. That is crazy talk. So I'm afraid that for me, anyways, stewardship is kind of a damaged brand for a theology to help the earth to matter to us. So how do we think about our sacred relationship with the earth? Well, I love panentheism. Pan, all, en, in, theo, God. It's all in God. God's in all of it. And I'm kind of mystical, and that's too abstract for most people, actually. So let's do something really basic here. I think what my earth-loving friends in the forum are doing, it's all the theology that we need. It's what toddlers do. It's what the writer of our psalm did. They're treating their special place in nature, their favorite tree or animal, as a person. The psalmist says, "Then shall all the trees of the forest sing for joy." Trees sing? Why, yes, they do. If you ask ecologists, they have their own little hum that they all do together in the forest. So let me propose a theology of personal relationship with Earth and her non-human inhabitants. They're not objects, they're not things put on Earth by God for us to manage. They are living beings, kin, friends, mother, brother, sister, persons deserving of respect in relationship with us. So making the non-human world into persons might sound pretty goofy, but it's not new. I mean, how do we treat our pets, honestly? Right? And, they're at close quarters, and so of course we do. And we have alienated ourselves in our houses, in our suburbs, in our grocery stores, in our superhighways from the non-human world, so we forget to be in relationship with the rest of it. Indigenous cultures know better. All over the world, they consider the earth and her non-human life as people, as relatives. You've heard, I'm sure, the Lakota prayer, "All my relations." That's the whole prayer right there. It's like, thanks for helping me survive. Thanks for loving me. Thanks for being my community, all my relations. Peruvian Quechua people say we are all brothers and sisters, humans, rocks, plants, animals, all the others. traditional cultures that have lasted for many centuries, and I don't think we're going to make it, folks, attend to their relationships with non-humans with gratitude, with respect, and with reciprocity, knowing that their lives depend on their good relationships with the non-human world. So this might be a theology for us to care for Mother Earth that's as simple and powerful as follow Jesus and as countercultural. Be in personal relationship, all my relatives. Maybe this is too big a leap for you, non-humans as people. Well, it's not for the US government, because in the US government, corporations are people. That was a bad idea. And now there's a movement afoot worldwide to give legal personhood to rivers, forests, mountains. Already in New Zealand and Colombia and India, rivers have rights. Ecuador has given Pachamama, Mother Earth, constitutional rights. Europe is working toward the rights of nature. Now, legal personhood for these places of nature isn't going to save them, but what a difference in perspective it invites us to have, from who owns that land, who decides how to use it, to that forest has a right to stand, that river has a right to flow. Proclaiming the rights of nature often fails in court, but it still invites that kind of transformational thinking for the non-human world, from property to persons. So what are we at IUCC going to do with a theology of personal relationships with the non-human world? I invite you not to make it a big should, and I invite you not to make it about counting. How many carbon units can we save? I invite you to make it about relationship. When I take the time and trouble to put my garbage in the right bin, to learn which is the right bin, to label which is the right bin, and to find out where the custodian puts it at the end of the day, all those things have to happen. But I am not going to throw garbage in my mother's face, and so I'm going to take the trouble to make them happen. Is this going to save the world? No, absolutely not. It's me respecting my mother. That's all. Kind of a big deal when you think about it, though. So, what do you want to do to respect your mother? I mean, we're starting from a really low bar here, folks. There's so much that we can do that it's a little overwhelming, and so we are never going to do it perfectly. There is no way, and that's okay, because we're beginning to repair a relationship that we grew up in a culture where it was so broken. Anything we do to move towards mindfulness of the earth, care for the earth, is going to help us. But guess what? We don't just help the earth helps us. When you manage to take the time to go to the seashore or to the mountains, how does that leave you feeling? Doesn't it fill your soul? The earth wants to minister to us, wants to love and care for us if we take the time. But we're so busy in the rat race, it's hard. You know, it's important to make time for your mother when she's not doing well. It's important to show up for her. So, you know, that's our excuse to go and be cared for ourselves. So don't make our love for the earth about counting, about stuff. Make it about relationship. And our relationships with each other will help us, because there's nothing like peer pressure to help you do the thing, right? Because You know, when I left the house this morning, I forgot my reusable cup. And I had to run down and get it. Because how could I read it with a clear conscience if I went to the pastry shop this morning and used a paper cup? And now I'm watching you on Sunday morning and seeing how many of you remember to bring your car cups. And I will totally forgive you if you don't, because I forget about half the time. But we'll be moving in the right direction, and peer pressure will help us. So make it personal. Make your attention and service a gift of friendship and care to your mother, the earth. Make earth matter in your lives. And I'll finish by reading that quote again from Robin Wall Kimmerer. Knowing that you love the earth changes you, activates you to defend and protect and celebrate. But when you feel the earth loves you in return, that feeling transforms the relationship from a one-way street into a sacred bond. May it be so for you. Amen.